Bush on the beat.
Kamba kwemetia kaonesha kaitike kula wayo mayutaka kumbuka anzi kuma ndio anzi anopikisa wese tombate kwiyo yaiva herere machiritsa mchiro iri kutaurane anofunge bwezvaka wanda vamwe vanotigeza dakumisa zvigananda zviri kumedza ifanika anakonda taona pazokuda nanatironi komanda kuti takajambuka 2030 takabuka vachiratidza utsinye kunge amai asuka.
Right, 12 June 2025, and today I just want to give you an update on what has happened in court and the decision that we've reached after court regarding the next steps on Nyoka. And it's very unfortunate that we've had a situation where the bail has been denied and the reasons that have been given are obviously not satisfactory to us. We're not happy with what has happened in court. The denial of bail is not based on what I believe are legal or sound reasons, but the court obviously has the final say. And as I said here yesterday, we've got a possibility of getting bail or not getting bail. But we now have a decision to make, and I'm going to explain what is going to happen going forward. So currently, we have got an advocate and we've got an attorney. The attorney, we started working with them almost 2 months ago, and the advocate has joined about 3 weeks ago. So I am responsible for making the decision on strategy, on what we do based on the funds that we've got and the factors like time and also the capacity of the advocates. Currently, the advocates and the attorney are not being paid. They are working almost on a pro bono basis because there's no money. So based on this, I have sat down and I've had a quick chat with the attorneys. And what we have decided, which we are going to confirm in a meeting later on this weekend, is that given the fact that today is the 12th and the next court case is on the 20th, which is next week, Friday, there is no time for us to prepare for trial and also to go to the High Court at the same time. We don't have the funds and we don't have the time. So what we've decided is to abandon the bail application and proceed with the court case, the trial. That is what we're going to do. We're going to proceed with the trial and we're not going to go for any more bail applications. The prospect of success, given this nature of this case, are very low. So we are going to abandon. I know that the attorneys have said they are going to do a high court, but I've proposed to them that they must abandon the bail application and focus on the trial because the case is very weak. The cases against Nyoka are very weak. And unfortunately, we can't be in the High Court looking for bail and at the same time fighting the case because the money is just not there. And we can't allow the advocates to work for free. They are working for free. We don't have capacity to pay them. We pay them 1,000, 5,000. Those are small amounts of money. And at the High Court, the budget required 600,000 rands, which is about $34,000. And that money is just not forthcoming at the moment. While we're busy looking for money, the best application of our time is to leave the bail application and focus on the court case, the trial. So as you're aware, there are 3 cases against Nyoka. The first case is one which comes from 2014, where Nyoka was a chairman of the Joyce Juru Housing Cooperative. And someone paid 3,000 and they say they don't get their land. Nyoka, who was the chairperson, took it upon himself and pleaded guilty and went into a plea bargain. There were 3 people in the committee charged with Nyoka. And Nyoka asked 2 of those people to plead not guilty. So Nyoka was not on that case by himself. The other people were there in that case. There was a plea bargain. And the court papers show that the prosecutor said that this is not a case, a serious case. So I don't even know if you can extradite someone for such a thing. So that's the first case, the extradition case from so-called Interpol, because it's not Interpol. Then the second case is the immigration papers issue, where the judge said because Nyoka had another passport in his possession, then he had issues to answer. That case has fallen away because Nyoka has applied for asylum, and his asylum date, as I said to you, is approaching very fast in July. Which leaves us to the third case of the sofas, which is a nothing case, because a week before Nyoka was arrested, the man, Honesty Shumba, paid money into Nyoka's account for the sofas. So there's no way that Nyoka was going to deliver sofas in a week. So as far as I'm concerned, these are nothing cases, and they are an embarrassment to the judiciary system, these cases. Unfortunately, I have to say it, they are not cases, they are politically motivated cases, or bogus, trumped up charges. However, we have what it is, which is in front of us, and we have to deal with it. So at the moment, we have decided, and as I said, if other people decide another way, they are free to go another way. But the decision that I and the advocates have discussed is that we should abandon the bail application and proceed with the trial, which is coming on the 20th and the 27th. So that way, the advocates who are not being paid will be able to focus on the important stuff, which is to deal with the trial, the matters in the trial, and to prepare for trial. So currently, this is where we are. We've got other ways of thinking that are among us, but as long as the situation remains where the advocates are not being paid, there's nothing we can do. We have to do with what we can. Otherwise, they will just leave us. And then what will we do? It's better to have half a loaf than nothing. So that is the decision that has been reached on our side. And that is the decision that will be communicated to the lawyers. If there are other lawyers, then they can come and help us. But at the moment, the lawyers that we have don't have capacity, and we don't have the money to pay for a high court application, which will also be running parallel with the magistrate court application. And given the reasons given for the judgment, I don't think it makes sense for us to proceed with the high court application. So we're going to leave this one and we'll take it from there. So I hope that this is understood. It's an update. I'm very exhausted. It's very tiring for me. Our court days are very, very tiring for me. And I feel sad that we have this situation that we have right now. But this is the decision. We're going to start preparing for the trial. And I hope that by Monday, we're going to have a better understanding of what happens with this court case. I would like to quickly look at the comments. If you've got a question, please ask it in the comments. So let's say, hi Gambakwe, hi Mkoma Gibson. Wanga Oriko Ere Gambakwe. Yes, I wish you could give your understanding to everyone. Thank you very much. He wasn't there. He said he was there, but he wasn't, because people are disgruntled by him not really sure what he's doing to run for the other comrades. I don't know what comrades you're talking about, Michi. There is no comrades right now. Who do you know who's talking? Have you ever seen them? Have you ever talked to them? So don't talk about people that you don't know. You understand? Who is talking? You're listening to Mnangagwa. Do you know what people are doing right now? People don't listen to garbage. Don't listen to Mnangagwa. Do you know that story of a little girl who was left in the bush living with a grandmother? And every evening when the grandmother would come and knock at the door, she would give a signal and say, "Mzukuru ndini mbuya wako ndashika." And she would open. And one day, a wolf would be watching every day. And one day he just arrived there and say, "Ooh." And then the Mzukuru said, "It's not my grandmother, go away." After a while, the wolf learned to say, "Ndini mbuya wako Mzukuru vuranda shika." Do you know what happened to Mzukuru? Mzukuru akadyiwa. So don't listen to people that you don't know. The Mnangagwa government doesn't like Nyoka to be out. If Nyoka comes out, Mnangagwa anaenda kubikita kunotamba mchongoyo. That's why you see there are a lot of people among us who appear to be working with us, but they're working with Mnangagwa. So Mnangagwa arikuuraya vanhu nenzara, Mnangagwa akabroka. We don't care about Mnangagwa, and there is no bone in my body that supports Mnangagwa. We must be clear about that. But we have a situation right now. We have to deal with it. And there is no person in Zimbabwe who has spent more time on this case than me. So, guys, let's focus. This is South Africa. They don't like Zimbabweans. How in the world you gonna blame ED? No. It's not about the South African didn't bring a nonsense case to court. Thief wakabamari yanguko yakadonetwa yangako Susan Sidzoro ndakabamari kupi inini ndikuisa mari yangu ndikukwira ndege nemari yangu hapana kana send. Bvunza the guys who are in Nyokayemabhunu group. Yesterday they tried to raise 2,000. They raised only let's say like 1,200 or something silly like that. People are not able to pay. Right now we're trying to raise 600,000. There's no one who's got it. So musafanira kutuka because wakagara muchimba chako nekafoni kako kakaora kaItel itaura zvina basa. Ufunga tine basa newe here Susan Bennett Zidzoro Zidzoro rako rakazara mvura. Tina basa newe because we know, like myself, I'm doing my best and I'm giving everything that I need to do. So I don't even have anything to explain to you. I've done everything for the past 60 days. This case is going to take 12 months minimum. Nyoka is likely going to have some of the cases dismissed. So that is what we're looking at, dismissal. But don't think it's going to be easy. It's going to be months and months, this case being had. And we're looking at between 6 and 12 months. So take your belt and be strong. This is a heavy and difficult ride. And most of the people are going to quit, and we're not going to quit. I never quit. We're going to push this thing through until probably December. We're going to be talking about this case. And unfortunately, most of the people, they see it from afar. I have not sat down in my house since morning. And right now, I could barely open my eyes when I was driving because of the pressure of the things that we are doing and have to do. It's very difficult, guys. Your version is different from what people discussed. The lawyer ladies confirmed they are going to apply for bail. I'm just telling you now. Michi, I am telling you right now. I am the one who makes that decision. There is no one else that makes that decision. The lawyers that you are talking about were hired by me. Do you understand, Michi? That lawyer that you're seeing, that you're seeing my lawyers, they are using a strategy that is based on what we can provide them. Don't listen to someone who's telling about lawyers they've never seen. I sit with the lawyers before court and after court. And what I'm telling you is what is happening. Hakuna mari, there is no money for us to go to the High Court. If you want to give us money to go to the High Court, here is the number. What's up here? And give us money to go to the High Court. It's not there. So there is no High Court. They want to do it, but I do not have the money to give them. Saruwaka doesn't have money to give them. So let's not say Tasarani 8 days. We're talking something that we cannot afford. If there's someone with money or a lawyer that is willing to work for free, give us that lawyer's number and then we'll get it done. As it stands right now, we don't have the money. We are not able to proceed. And I'm giving you what is there. So that is what is there, guys. Don't listen to my audio. Sinabasa. Until that point when someone is provided cash, hard code cash, or code hard cash, could attend ku High Court. There is no High Court because there's no money. You understand? The money is not there. We are simply going to have to do what is there, which is to fight the case in the magistrate's court while we look for a little money so that we can pay the attorneys at that level. That if you are the one who hired the lawyers, it means you are the one arikunyudzisa Nyokayemabhunu. Imimi mbuya chihaya lawyers enyu. Mbuya vavi. Uyai haya lawyer enyu. Imimi mbuya vavi. Timbokona mbuya vavi. Mnongofanira kutaura mangagara kuseri. How many hours have you spent on the Nyokayemabhunu case? How many days have you spent on a plane dealing with Nyoka? So I don't want people who just talk. Following Geza, got Nyoka all gas up and talking yippee up. SA noticed me and said he then said, "Oh, that guy, I remember." And Ngoma 101 Zaita Siaman. Zidzoro Warren Mkucha. Zidzoro. Yes. Thief. Student Benito Zokara Zakare. Uyaruti chill. Arutuka. Futseki iurimbwa iwe language yako unotadza kuti unoshanda maprazi. Unoshanda maprazi. Unoshanda kubva makuseni kusvika manheru. Ndopuwe bag rebeans zidzoro. Right, I think rapedza anyway. Rapedza anyway. Chibag chebeans chiri kukupengesa. Wapedza wapinda mablankets. Wotikwadza. Wotikwadza. Hatidi vanhu vakaita sewe. Right, I think guys tapedza nemi, especially nevaya vanofarira kuti kana vakapiwa mic votaura zvinhu zvokunyeba. Guys, there is no one out there with money and the will to fight for Nyoka. Mukabvisa inini, Nyoka anovharirwa, anotorwa endesa kuZimbabwe. If you fight me, because I'm the one who's doing the work, and most of the guys vari kumhanya vachitaura panapa pasera. Kana mukavabvunza kuti exactly when did you last see Nyoka, or exactly what's your plan? We call meetings. Some of them, they don't show up. They want to talk big in town. They want to be the big boys in town, but they don't want to show up. So what I want to do is for you guys. So Susan, and now I'm not blocking you because I wanna zungu. So what I want to do now is let us be clear. We are in a difficult position. It's not easy, but we need unity so that we can get through this. However, I will never work with people that will negotiate with Mnangagwa. You will never see me working with someone who negotiates with Mnangagwa. So all the guys who have negotiated with Mnangagwa and having meetings with Mnangagwa, forget about it. If you come near this case, I'm out. I'm not coming and working with them, and they know themselves. So those ones who are negotiating with Mnangagwa and lying and posting my videos fake about us, you can forget it. We're not going to work with you. Nyoka is our primary concern. But we have a serious issue here. There's no money, and that is how it is. Right. Let's see with Panichimwere. Yes, it says Nyoka as live outside. Yes, that is true. It's said, but true. Aiwa wakadzingwa iwe last time usada kuzvisa pamberi. Yes. Ndakadzingwa. Chiuyai mimi mbuya vhavi muite. Uyai mbuya vhavi muite. Uyai mumire kumberi mberi muite. Zidzoro. Zidzoro mbuya vhavi. Hapana zvaunoita iwewe. Mbuya vhavi. Chako kungotaura chete. Hatidi vanhu vanokanganisa kana tichita basa. So mukanzwa munhu anongoramba shauda asina solution. Munhu yeye ndiMnangagwa. Munhu asingaoneki face yake. Munhu anongoshaudha. Ndo basa raMnangagwa iroro. Ramuri kuona. Mnangagwa basa rake is to destroy, to put confusion. Ndo basa raMnangagwa iroro. Munoswera muchitema na musoro mese. Mukangana kuti chii chamavinga. Ndo basa raMnangagwa. So let's work on Nyokayemabhunu's case. It's only 2 weeks. So the first case is on the 20th, which is on Friday. The next case is on the 27th. And they are not going to extradite Nyoka. There will be no extradition. There are going to be arguments. So this is going to be a long case, which will take at least 12 months. So at least 12 months, Nyoka will be inside if we don't get cash. But we're looking. Why are you not at the court? How did you know that I was not at the court, Michi? How did you know? You saw me filming. You saw me in the plane yesterday. Where do you think I was flying to? Do you think ndakapusa inini ndoenda kunobatwa ndakamira paunoona? Do you think ndakapusa kuti ndimire kuti uyai mundibate apa muzoti takabata gambakwe? Hamundibati. Zidzoro. Kunakidzwa hangu michi. Kunakidzwa hangu. Hamundibati bati. Hamundibati. Ndakachengetwa naMwari. Imagine kuti munhu akabva nakidzwa sei akandibata. Anobva atoti Shoni chwa. Kuda chwa. Auxilia chwa. Vachiseka. Hapana hazviitike izvozvo. But guys, akusi kutamba hangu. Let us be serious. What I'm saying is, next week we have a big job. Terera and Sarwaka, up to a point. I listen to Sarwaka myself. I don't know sorrow. But Pano Rasika, Dipe Kuti, when he's not in something, Anodaku Jita I Arimum. So Nyayema lawyers, Sarwaka Anvarudeo. And the paper Pano Maswera say my comrade. Maswera say my comrade. Nasi toda kukupa update. Toda kukutendai, taenda kukoti. Andizi. Anfa udaeso. Maswera say my comrade. Tinoda kutenda vagamba. Andizi. Wakambona kupi munhu anotadza kutenda kuti vanhu vatikushanda navo vakati batsira ava. Instead, Mosora chiti, bye, takavataurira kuti pano pa revolution. Kana iri revolution, zvinonge zvaitika ikoko. You are doing zvisina basa. So, aneta zvine musoro Sarwaka up to a point, but tinombomudzora. Because anda ari kutaura pa phone, haasi kuona reaction yavanhu. Isu totaura live. Sarwaka anorasika pakuti ari kutengesa nyoka kuvamwe vanhu vari kushanda navo vachimupa wrong advice. So take for example, nyaya yekuti atadze kutenda kuti who exactly is working with the lawyers ndokurasika. Malawyers haana kubva kuna Sarwaka. So haungaiti kuti malawyers ari panapa tatomadzinga takutotsvaga we're now looking for another set of lawyers who are more powerful. That's not how it works. When you go to court, there's a process of removing lawyers. And you don't do that on a WhatsApp or on an audio. So what needs to happen is after the court, you call Gambakwe and say, Gambakwe, what is happening? How are the funds? Have the lawyers been paid? How much has been paid? Because the guys don't know. So we're trying to help them. And the reason why I stand up and leave my house is because of the respect that I have for Nyoka and what he stands for. I can say right now, ndozvirega. And this chinofa chakaloda chinhu ichi tikati tese tozvirega hatichiregi. So we need to work together. We need to learn to work together. And then Mudzingwa akaposta chinhu chake akadhakwa. You know kuti Mudzingwa achidhakwa handiti. Oposta chinhu chake kuti Gambakwe tinomurova, Gambakwe chigananda. If vakaona post iyoyo, they must tell him Mudzingwa hatisi kutamba panapa. Visa chinhu chako. And you can delete posts. So that is how you build unity and show maturity. Because, you know, there's a work that needs to be done. Nyokayemabhunu being in jail. Music, ndaluza network yangu. Ndaluza network yangu ndakutoenda. But anyway, let's see. Gambakwe, I've been following you. Someone is writing me a message. Gambakwe, I'm following you through. Yes, I would like to thank you guys for the support that you're giving me. Eventually, we are going to have to run the country. Listen very carefully to what I'm saying. Eventually, we are going to have to run the country. But before that happens, there's work that needs to be done. Vakomana vachikutanga kushanda neni ndakambovataurira. Vesa, if you ask anonzi naSarwaka, hey, tataura nemaadhimini, hey, what. I have told them. Vakomana patiri kuenda apa. Muchabatwa mese. Muri kuona Saruwaka uyu? Wamuri kuti Saruwaka uyu? Achabatwa nevanhu vezanu. Munhu wamuri kuti Mudzinga uyu achabatwa kusvika pasara pasina munhu. Ndakavataurira vakomana. Mukarega kungwara. And I told them what to do. Mukarega kungwara chinhu chinodonha ichi. Pane solution yandakavapa. But they don't understand. So for now, I'm going to leave it. But obviously, you can see kuti inini ZANU-PF has now made me a center of their attention. Those guys, vane anonzi ma strategists. Vanogaya. Hatikundwe kufungana Mnangagwa. Hazvigoni. Mnangagwa ane dementia. Tikukundwa kufunga nemunhu ane dementia kuti wakagara wotadza kuteerera kuti this thing chiri kutaurwa chine sense here. Does it make sense kuti uti Gamba kwechigananda, Gamba kwaenda kunyudza Nyokayemabhunu, iye ari ane lawyer ari kuenda kukoti kwacho. Kuti Gamba kwaenda kunyudza Nyokayemabhunu, iye achifly up and down. Right now my business, who is attending my business when I'm up and down with Nyokayemabhunu? So that is why I'm saying, musakundwe kufunga na Mnangagwa. Let's be united. Let's move forward. For now, let's focus on the trial. So next week, Thursday, we proceed. Inini pa court msangwa mchandiwona ndichifamba zvandaita kudhara. Because now they want to take me out and it's totally.